Good morning, viewers. You are tuned into Breakfast News. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the headlines. Meghalaya CEO reviews special intensive revision progress as over 6.5 lakh electors flagged for scrutiny. Power situation stable in Meghalaya. Government announces Rs 2.5 lakh compensation for families of Umtaling electrocution victims. UDP to make FCRA amendment issue key poll agenda, confirms independent contest in Shillong parliamentary by-election. Meghalaya High Court quashes suspension orders against Aina Mainik's aim, paving way for return as aim of Hima Malayam. Nongse SSCC crushed Mumbai FC 7-0 in Durand Cup, finished second in Group E but missed out on quarter-final spot. Now let's take a look at our local situation. Chief Electoral Officer Meghalaya, Dr. BDR Tiwari, has reviewed the progress of the special intensive revision of electoral rolls following publication of the draft electoral roll on August 5th. The review meeting assessed the ongoing claims and objections process, notice and hearing proceedings, and measures to ensure transparency and public participation. Across Meghalaya, 6,51,644 electors have been identified for scrutiny, including 2,22,786 with no mapping and 4,28,858 with discrepancies in mapping with previous records. The claims and objections period will continue until 4th September, while the final electoral roll is scheduled to be published on October 7th.
The objection is ongoing from 5th August till 4th September 2026, and disposal of claim and objection will be scheduled till 5th August, from 5th August till 3rd of October 2026. Out of 21.69 lakh electors as reflected in the draft roll, total 2,22,786 electors have been identified under no mapping category, means neither their name or their parent or grandparent, which is through progeny, been mapped with the SIR 2005 electoral roll, and altogether 4,28,858 electors have been identified apart from them, with the discrepancies in their mapping with the previous SIR 2005 records. Thus, a total of 6,51,644 electors have been identified, which is almost 30% of the draft roll, for scrutiny and appropriate action in accordance with the prescribed procedure.
The Power Department has said the state's power situation remains stable, with all power project units currently functioning. Power Minister Medbat Lingdor said Meghalaya has not witnessed any scheduled power shutdown for the past 3 years, while the government is also exploring new power projects and continuing power trading to ensure efficient power supply. Meanwhile, the government has announced Rs 2.5 lakh compensation each for the 3 families whose children died after coming in contact with a live high-voltage power line at Umtaling village in Riboy last month. The minister termed the incident unfortunate and said steps are being taken to prevent similar accidents.
Unfortunate to note that there was an accident case which has taken place, and where 3 precious lives have been lost, and it is an accident case. So we had already, paid all the compensation, so to say, to the family members as per the policy of the department. This is one area where Riboy area in particular, where the transmission line has to go through a very heavy, thick forest in the entire stretch. So we are trying to work it out now. That's why I was telling you that perhaps in few days' time we'll be able to come out with some solution. But however, the line which is there right from, especially this line from stage 3 to Naupor, has to go through a very dense forest, and so we can't avoid whenever there's some sort of cyclone or heavy storm, so it's bound to happen, and these are unforeseen things, though the department is trying its best to see that those things can be avoided.
UDP President Medba Lingdo said the party will make the ongoing FCRA amendment issue a key campaign agenda for the upcoming Shillong parliamentary by-election. Lingdo said the UDP has already conveyed its concern over the proposed amendments to the Union Home Minister. He also confirmed that the party is preparing to contest the by-election independently and has started its campaign without the HSPDP and Regional Democratic Alliance. Lingdo said the HSPDP's decision was an internal matter, adding that the UDP will continue its preparations regarding of whether the regional parties rejoin the alliance.
And as a party, we have already raised the points of concern, which has been addressed by many, and we have already shooted. There are a lot of points which have been raised. It's more or less similar in nature by different organizations, even by the government, by the Chief Minister. So, but as a party, we have already issued a mail to the Government of India, to the Home Minister, and where we have expressed our, protest as far as those amendments which are going to be taken up, which are already taken up in the Parliament. Yeah, in fact, that means we are ready to to contest this election. We have already, decided, finalized the candidature also, and we are moving. But our question here is that because the Election Commission is yet to take a decision on the date of the election, means the polling. So we are waiting for that. But in that process, we have gone ahead in the campaign, and we will be continuing this also in the next few days.
Meghalaya High Court on Tuesday quashed the order suspending Aina Manik's AM, paving the way for his reinstatement as AM of Himalayan. The court set aside the disciplinary action imposed on May 22, 2026. Speaking after the verdict, Aina Manik's AM thanked his supporters and legal team, saying he would focus on strengthening institutional harmony and maintaining a constructive relationship with the KHADC. He also clarified that Himalayan has continued to honour its financial obligations to the District Council and expressed commitment to a transparent and cooperative administration.
Ajing siya suspend ke jonga aku jumuna jemang aku real di katung ka order ke pas mentarasi aku high court de nakaliang jongka high court buram kala squash di borok di order ke ba suspend yang aku musim berpura jong 5 million. Hadian kata bila nakaliang ka high court dan buram kala against state yang aku musim berpura kepala mi judgment mentakasi we tarik bunai berpura aku real di nakaliang jonga ngadan dan ongtang kita he.
The Khasi Students' Union held a public meeting in Kleariat on Tuesday as part of its statewide campaign on 5 demands to the Meghalaya government. The meeting was held near Umot Kiang Nangba statue within the Deputy's Commissioner premises. Despite no formal permission, the KSU has given the government a 15-day deadline demanding cancellation of the July 31st public hearing for Shri Cement's proposed project and implementation of the MRSSA 2016. KSU President Streamly N. Suchen said public meetings will continue across the Khasi Jantia Garo Hills region. Other student groups also backed the demands and sought action over alleged use of force during the July 31st hearing.
kum kasih ingin labu yang mat santli hakmat ke sorkar kamtam hakmat ke sorkar jelah bah in sedang cua ada ke jinglang pajba dan bersinggah cari pajba lagi bah kasih ketemu ban pelong halor gini santli gimat markum bah PTV bah gini santli gimat gede gimat bakta kamtam ya kejadian beliau ni pelong kena hamot hakmat umot yang wak kena bah nomor letih yang umot wak kena bah hakan ni kejakamu nomor kedisi fis kawan hadin Pila ban kemau ba ya unu mod la bu chwa ba kan gedisi kan kin sip no sene mar ngidon gedisi ba dimste ave unu mod badan chwa kan ke jaka bat kum kase gina por ni pelong ya kum gini geji ki kamtam ha ki jaka kamtam ki badon ki mod jong klawai mereka ki bajia pi kemau ba halai trik ke badon ko geji ki ba ha jong gitu kitan sto kamtam ha kitan musyang lamre nene kita badan kita senang badan nak Goston. Ini gaji kita pajak kami ban persak jori kena kasimen mana kada ba kasep cukur ba kamsem la kumba kalau kular kamsem la pendep. Hacu apa kiluan ki kular wana aka majam ya kita try meluk. Hadin 4 kilo yo ban sukri ngai kamsem la aka majam dagin wana umban ya kibri wajong nabar jong jelah.
Maukarat MLA Renikton Lingdo Tongkhar on Tuesday laid the foundation stones for 2 development projects in Jakram, Southwest Khasi Hills. The Jakram A and B water supply scheme has been sanctioned at a cost of Rs 15 crore, while an approach road to Maubasa has been allocated to Rs 1.4 crore, both under the state scheme. Speaking at the program, Tongkhar expressed hope that the new water supply project sourced from the Rilang River would successfully address the area's water needs. He also highlighted the development of several internal roads in Jakram over the past 8 years.
Mentang ila yang hang ne ban po yo monorim nyo ko wei ka surok gani ka dong mau basa dongin ai di hapti na takini ka artli ki skem jong ka sno Jakram hibara ko wei nakam ta ka badon ta ka surok yek melenti ba nakapos ka por ka sno Jakram ka sno ka ba hedo ka moong i ba ala kabadam kinasosnong kibabon tam hakari ka district ka jongi ngikmel tiba ki jingkar khu karoy ka par kinang wan hakari ka snong da ka jingya trelang haka bagari ka snong kanang ban ay ka jingya trelang baki bor sarkar baki officer baki office kibadam hakari ka district kene ka ka musim kabadam pikirang ba snong hangne barga kmel tiba kene kanang khambahar ka pos ka por ya ka bapin ay ka cooperation ka sarkar ban trelang baki community haka bangin yo ya karoy kapar baka nang yad haka ni kisno Jakram nakaway kapor ko ipat kanong kot tanggat ni ngin yo balwan lese saban ya kam kaman issue ban inaugurate igini kiskim ya kabangin yo ban portray ban yo ban start.
The annual Sen Raj Sokampur Bedding Clam Festival concluded yesterday at Madan Chongnia Sokampur in East Jantia Hills. Deputy Chief Minister Sneaw Bahalangdhar, Cleara MLA Kerman Shala and other dignitaries attended the concluding ceremony. Around 10 Rong and Rod performances from 2 villages were among the highlights of the festival. In his address, Dhar said the festival showcased cultural unity and interfaith participation, with people from different communities joining the celebrations. The Deputy Chief Minister also announced Rs 15 lakh for the development of Biar Atnar.
Penagaling yung ngapan pa yung saungo. Tiba ko ni kabay ni klamem ko sino ngalang baklan ni boy mi ketok sebil ya. Handai hoyo yo ni mu man bagwi kabay klam ko he kabay ha. Nada man ketok sino ngala. Yung sum yo tenat kirong de maru si phau tam hawa handai. Yemi ibli giman bay giman pa ikedro mulut sakmat. Celebrate dengan kabay ni klam. Deman gawi ni geniem gurkom makin nyem tre go chong chit ba. Kan thai wa chandang temenu chade kna o wa he wudu mani si disnam wudu ya ilang chwa ge manchwa the yusuf wa man ge chnong wudu chi chnong wa handrei mo pen wiere ge ni ge du store pen ban pen he pen kamai pen phu pen pen ge ga
Let us check these sports updates. Nongse SSCC ended the Durand Cup 2026 campaign in style, thrashing Mumbai FC 7-0 in a Group E match at the GN Stadium, Shillong last evening. Hardy Cliff Nongri and Dawanchua Carlos Chalam scored twice each, while Kitbong Lang Palia, Chester Porlingdo and Shin Esoktung also found the net. The win takes Nongse to second place with 4 points, but they are out of contention for the quarterfinals. The remaining Group E fixture between Shillong Lajong FC and Langsning FC will be played on August 13 at 7 p.m.
Where Mumbai play obviously at sea level.
And that's a great forward ball. Chester Paulindo brought down. Does it attract the referee's attention? Looks like it has. Prateek Jadhav declines it. And it possibly is going to be a penalty. We'll try and confirm that. But the protests kind of tells you a story.
The 4th Inter-Mahari Football Tournament 2026 began on Tuesday at Chandamari, Tura. In the opening match, Neng Minja Mahari defeated Mri Mahari 1-0. A total of 14 women's teams are participating, while the men's category features 38 teams. Organized under the team Sports Ko Kalbo Drogs Oni Chelbo. The tournament aims to promote sportsmanship, unity among clans and awareness against drug abuse. The finals of both categories are scheduled for September 19. With the aim of providing young people an opportunity to further develop and showcase their football skills on the playing field, the Confederation of Riboy People, Riboy Sapngi, yesterday inaugurated the first open-to-all football tournament at New Jirang Playground. In the opening match, Minar Jirang defeated 11 squad 3-1. The champions will receive a cash prize of rupees 1 lakh, while the runners-up will get 50,000 rupees along with the individual awards.
Kongsan nagapakongsan tam hagi megisni di por pamata. Namarbani I nagapor sa kapor. Kinongile kay sports. Kibawanra ya kanam kuburam ya gejala. Kiyo ya kalat kalanti hagalian goyak tam goyak jam kunju. Ba nanong yepi ba kumanga ubasak simtim ha nagapor sa kapor. Kajing yawat player kamdei kabasuk. Namarba agadong gatay ngajami ni nang duna si pun ki player. Tenagata daw pigi kun samla kibadan kasap katilen pendan damhok ya kasap katilen ngajampi ha kalian ka sports.
The 7 Buchari Memorial Basketball Tournament 2026 commenced at Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, Tura, on Tuesday, organized in collaboration with the District Basketball Association. Held in memory of Reverend Father Anthony Buchari's SDB, the tournament will continue till August 15, featuring 40 teams across 4 categories. Several matches were played on the opening day, with Don Bosco Higher Secondary School, Rongkon, defeating Don Bosco Boys Home 18-2 in the under 14 boys category. The tournament aims to promote sportsmanship, teamwork, discipline and fair play among young athletes. Continuing our How Well Do You Know Our Tiranga series under the Har Ghar Tiranga campaign 2026, here comes episode 3. In this episode, we bring you more interesting facts about our national flag and the right way to honor and display the Tiranga. Let's take a look.
Back to another exciting episode of How Well Do You Know Our Tiranga? Let's start with a quick question. Where do you think the world's largest monumental Khadi national flag was displayed? And the options for you are option 1, New Delhi, option 2, Mumbai, option 3, Dhordo in the Rann of Kutch, and option 4, Jaipur. Have you made your choice? And the correct answer is C. That is Dhordo in the Ran of Kutch, Gujarat. Did you know that on the 77th Republic Day, history was created at Dhordo, located in the border district of Bhuj, Gujarat? A breathtaking display of patriotism and India's indigenous strength came alive as the world's largest monumental national flag made of khadi was unfurled with immense pride and respect. Now here's another question. Can you guess its size? Well, it measured an incredible 225 feet in length and 150 feet in width and weigh approximately 1400 kilograms. Imagine the dedication and teamwork required to display such a magnificent symbol of our nation. Now, let's dive into another amazing record. Have you ever imagined the Indian flag being unfurled underwater? Sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? Well, on the 2nd May 2026, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands made history by setting a Guinness World Record for unfurling the largest Indian flag underwater. It was achieved at Swaraj Dweep, formerly known as Havelock Island in the Bay of Bengal. The tricolour displayed underwater measured 60 meters in length and 40 meters in width. Around 200 divers participated in this successful attempt for the record. I hope you've learned something new and interesting today about our beloved Tiranga. If you enjoyed this fact, don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Jai Hind.
Now let's take a look at the weather report. First, let's take a look at the weather report in Tura. Minimum temperature 24 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 32 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 83%. Rainfall 8.2 millimeter. Moving on to Shillong, minimum temperature 20 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 27 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 78%. Rainfall 2.8 millimeter. Meanwhile, in Jowai, minimum temperature 20 degrees Celsius, maximum temperature 28 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity is 78%, rainfall 2.7 millimeter. And the forecast in Tura, Shillong and Jowai says moderate rain with thunderstorms likely to occur at many places. Before we wrap up a news bulletin, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Meghalaya CEO reviews special intensive revision progress as over 6.5 lakh electors flag for scrutiny. Power situation stable in Meghalaya. Government announces rupees 2.5 lakh compensation for families of Umtaling electrocution victims. UDP to make FCRA amendment issue key poll agenda, confirms independent contest in Shillong parliamentary by-election. Meghalaya High Court quashes suspension orders against Aina Manik's AM, paving way for return as AM of Himalayan. Nongse SSCC crushed Mumbai FC 7-0 in Durand Cup, finishes second in Group E but missed out on quarter-final spot. And that completes the news for now. Thank you for joining in and stay tuned for the Khasi News Bulletin coming up next. Stay informed for the online throughout our digital platform. This is Mirabel Bla. Until then, take care and have a wonderful day ahead.